This is the story about Goldilocks and the 3 bears. Once upon a time, there was a very naughty little girl called Goldilocks. And one day when her mother called her to help with the washing up, she pretended not to hear and went off into the woods for a walk instead. That was the kind of thing Goldilocks did quite often. That day she took a new path and found herself walking past a dear little cottage. The door of the cottage was slightly open, and naughty Goldilocks simply couldn't resist. The little girl pushed open the door, and in she went. The cottage was as quaint and pretty on the inside as it was on the outside. So Goldilocks went into the kitchen, and she was very pleased to see 3 bowls of porridge on the table. She was feeling a bit hungry after a walk, so she dipped a spoon into the biggest bowl and tasted the porridge. "Ugh," she said, "that's far too hot." And I'm afraid she spat the porridge out again. Then she tried the middle-sized bowl. "Ugh, that's far too cold." You can guess what she did next. Finally, Goldilocks tried the smallest bowl, and she didn't say anything at all because she was too busy eating it. The porridge was just right. When she'd finished, Goldilocks looked for somewhere to sit down. In the living room there were 3 chairs, and Goldilocks sat on the big one first, but she got up at once. "That chair's too hard," she grumbled. Then the little girl sat down on the middle-sized chair, but she didn't like that one either. "That chair's too soft," she complained. At last Goldilocks sat in the little chair, and it fitted her perfectly. But oh dear, with a creak and a crack, Goldilocks landed bump on the floor. She was too heavy, and the chair had broken into pieces. Goldilocks felt sore in 1 or 2 places. "I need a rest," said Goldilocks, and she climbed up the stairs into the big bedroom at the top of the house, and then she saw 3 beds, each with a warm quilt, and Goldilocks climbed into the largest bed and began jumping up and down. "This will never do. A bed that's too hard to jump on is too hard to sleep on," she said. Next she tried the middle-sized bed, and she curled up in the middle of it, but Goldilocks wasn't comfortable. "It's too soft," she said. "I might sink into it and never be seen again." But last of all, Goldilocks saw the smallest bed, and it was perfect. Before she could think of anything to complain about, Goldilocks was fast asleep. Now the 3 bears who lived in the cottage had just gone for a short walk before breakfast, and as Goldilocks was asleep upstairs, they came back into the kitchen and at once saw what something was wrong. "Who's been eating my porridge?" said Mother in a soft voice. "And who's been eating my porridge?" Baby Bear said, "and they've eaten it all up." Anxiously, the 3 bears went into the living room. "Someone's been sitting on my chair," said Father Bear. "And someone's been sitting in my chair," said Mother Bear. "And someone's been sitting in my chair and they've broken it," sobbed Baby Bear. "Follow me," the Baby Bear said sternly, and he tiptoed up the stairs. "Just as I thought," he said. "Someone's been bouncing on my bed." "And someone's been curled up on my bed," said Mother Bear. "And someone's been sleeping in my bed," squeaked Baby Bear. "And they're still there. Look." And at that moment, Goldilocks woke up. She saw 3 angry faces looking down at her. She jumped out of bed and she ran out of the room and down the stairs and out of the door and into the woods before you could say, "Who's that?" Of course, Goldilocks was careful never to go near the bear's house again. Some people say that she was a good little girl after that, but I'm not so sure about that. Are you?